Good morning, Riley. How are you today?
Doing good today. A lot of things going on, Clint. Yourself?
Yep, absolutely. Things are getting pretty exciting around here. We got report coming up next week, trade war issues every day. And most importantly, we are got the US growing season just around the corner here. It's actually started for a lot of producers down in the south, and it's just getting closer and closer. So let's take a minute and dive into some US weather here.
Sounds good. I'll get us started off. First thing I want to show everybody, temperatures right now, pretty much a non-factor. Only people planting are down in the Delta and that Texas to Mississippi area. Stuff's off to a pretty good start. Corn planting, we mentioned on Tuesday. Clint, you said about April 1st is about when they make that switch over to beans, right?
Yeah, kind of Mississippi, probably Arkansas, Louisiana area. I would agree. Yeah.
Yep. So corn harvest going pretty hot and heavy right now. Temperatures not really a factor. 70 degrees down there. Here in the Midwest, pretty mild in the 50s to 60s. Next, went to 6 to 10 day, pretty much the same picture. I don't really have anything else to add there. Clint,
Well,
do you?
actually, so talk to me here. We got temperatures in the 50s date wise. We're getting into the 1st through the 5th of April. So I know guys have been really pushing to get these beans in early and been, selling a lot of early replant options on the crop insurance just to give them that extra security to try to get in there. Do you think these temperatures are going to allow guys to get into the field and start planting beans? Well, right here, the 6 to 10 day, we're looking at April 1 through the 5th. So that's next, what, Tuesday or so?
Well, a lot more people are getting more comfortable with sticking beans in the ground early and having them sit in their dormancy until soil temps get them out of the ground. So I would say if the rains can stay away, there is a chance guys that are really wanting to get beans stuck in the ground early. And if they bought that early plant coverage through insurance, there could be a window where bean planting starts here. I'd say middle of next week.
Middle to end of next week. So from a production standpoint, that's probably the biggest thing. And a main purpose behind this weather is to, you know, put it into a perspective that should be important to grain marketers and producers out there from a national yield perspective. And if we get those beans in early and they do get off to a good start, and we don't have to exercise the replant options on that, historically we're seeing them bean yields are very, very strong when we get in there early. So it'll be interesting to see how much we get rolling, if they're just scratching around next week or where we end up. So you can go on to your next map here again, Riley.
Yep. Next thing looking at here, last 13 days, there's been a decent amount of rainfall pretty much throughout the entire eastern corn belt as well as central Midwest. Even the plains have gotten some. When we get to the drought monitor map, it's easy to see moisture's needed right now. So anything that's coming during this time and can get into the soil, it's just going to help this crop to have less and less of a weather story as stuff gets underway. So
Certainly, we are definitely not oversaturated. The snow melt I mean, for the most part has been gradual. It's all gone for the most part. We had some snow events across parts of the Midwest last week, but that's gone. So we can handle a little moisture right now, and it's not the type of moisture that's gonna set us back for weeks on end.
absolutely. Moving in surface soil moisture, proving your point here. I mean, we can take a lot of water right now. There's a lot of dry areas, especially as you look west into the Dakotas. A lot of areas could take rain to help saturate the soil a little bit. Surface and the subsoil both screaming the same thing. Rain is not a bad thing right now by any means. So, proving that again here, drought monitor maps still showing that same exact picture. We Rain is not a bad thing right now. Anytime people are getting rain to put into the soil is absolutely critical for farmers and probably I'd say bad news for the markets. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure.
So looking here over the next 5 days, rainfall, some mild chances in the once again in the eastern corn belt, getting into Iowa. Not anything super crazy. Down in the Delta where planting's already underway, there's some areas that can be getting rain, and that could be enough to maybe shut them down for a little bit, but not any long-term concerns right now. 6 to 10 days showing the same style of picture. Not anything long-term right now to be preventative for planting by any means. And as early as we are, not really any storyline yet, but coming soon that could quickly change. Putting it all together, I've just a combination. This is the next 13 days. As you can see, everybody looks to be getting some kind of rain. Kind of, I feel like I said the same thing in the Safrina crop weather report. If you guys tuned into that as well, everybody's getting at least some kind of rain to help them out right now over the next 13 days. And that could be exactly what they need to get the soil ready.
Yeah,
So,
I would like to jump in on something here, Riley. So one of the reasons we like this 13-day outlook because it gives us tends to get us to zoom out and not get so isolated into individual areas that cloud our judgment or our perception of how the soybean crop is doing overall. So that's one aspect that I like about this map. Another thing that I would like to point out about this map, and for those of you that are watching, you're going to come into scenarios across the year where you're like, this map is an absolute lie. And I know that this map is an absolute lie in some areas down there in Mississippi and Alabama, Louisiana, because I have some customers down there that did recently experience 5 to 6 inches of rain, and so sometimes these radar driven maps will miss those very isolated heavy totals, and so sometimes don't get upset with us and discount the fact that when you're having issues that we're breezing over them, because we do feel your pain when those issues are hurting you. But our job is to try to, in this broadcast, is to try to zoom a little further out and not get pinpointed on little isolated areas that have problems and demonstrate that just outside of that isolated area that got 6 inches, everybody else got a nice inch and a half rain. So that is part of the intentionality behind the reports that we do.
yep, and I think it's really important when you're looking at that it really helps reel in the mindset of, you know, it's not just Iowa, it's not just Illinois, it's not just the Delta. I mean, there's so much to look at in terms of a U.S. crop. I mean, we grow so many bushels, and looking at that 1 to 13 day, it does a good job of showing that it's not just one place, or it is just one little small place that's having bad conditions. Everybody else is going to have a good crop, and it can make it or break it, especially when you look at those national yields that I know every farmer has been questioning them over the last couple of years, but when you look at the broad spectrum of the whole country, it makes it more of a clear picture.
Yeah, for sure. So a lot of the purpose of this report is to maintain focus on national yield because we are trying to look at this from a farm marketing perspective. And so, yeah, we're looking forward to the growing season coming up and this new interpretation of it. We hope you like it. We hope you share it. If you want to get set up to receive these sent directly to your phone via text message link. We do them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Just hit us up. We'll get you on the message list and get them sent out to you that way as well. This afternoon around noon, we will be we'll be releasing another webinar here. We'll be talking about some strategies and thoughts going into the report next week. So if you get a chance, tune in for that. If you miss it, you'll probably be able to find it on our Facebook page or YouTube as well. So other than that, I appreciate you tuning in. Have a safe and prosperous planting season, and we'll make sure to keep you updated every Tuesday and Thursday. Thanks a lot and have a great day.